Right then, folks, I just started looking through one of the many boxes that I've got underneath the tables that I've got various bits and bobs in. I've pulled it out, and it's just when I get ordering lots of little boxes and other toy soldier collectors, I buy bits off them and I just stick them all in one of these tubs until I get time to sort it out. I've spent a bit of time today sorting some bits out, packing up some parcels that I've got to go out, but occasionally I get to go through one of these boxes, and it's just a mixture of soldiers. It's different makers, some broken, bits and bobs, things like the old cheapo Hong Kong style barbed wire fences. But you do find some little gems. I'm doing this video because halfway through doing this box, having a little dig round to see what I can find in it, I basically found some nice little bits. We'll see, little die-cast tank, that's a Matchbox Battle Kings, obviously missing its tracks. Some nice Britain's figures, some Crescent, Britain's detailed Kubel wagon, a couple of Matchbox military aeroplanes, little Britain's, or very much like Britain's, it's not stamped as Britain's, a little chicken shed sort of dog kennel type thing. I can't remember which one it is now. A dinky howitzer, which can be incorporated into some war games if you do war gaming or scenarios or dioramas. Mixture of other things. Little Britain's boat figure or herald. Also found this little guy, the old Kubel wagon gunner that sits in the back. He's still got the bit of sprue that sticks on there, so he goes underneath the back of the hood of the Kubel wagon. Some other little bits, bit of dinky, another little tank, don't know the maker of this one, Zoll Mix. Little Britain's cannon that's broken, it can be used in a diorama. But what I have come across as well is these, I think they're Esky Revell American Paratroopers, and it looks like, as I've been going through this box sorting out, it looks like there might be a full set in there. Obviously you do get a lot of Matchbox Hong Kong copies, and you get this one here. This is from a multi-kit, I presume, by the looks of it, possibly Tamiya Airfix Revell multi-kits. Another little Matchbox Hong Kong copy. Yeah, I know they're Hong Kong copies and they're a little bit smaller sometimes, but even so, they're still good little figures, and they've got good little copies, really. I'm going to thinking of putting all these in about 50 figures in a bag, and then doing them for about £10 a bag or £5 a bag or something, selling them. I do keep a few of these because I do like them. You know, sort of shows off certain things. Little tent made by some manufacturer, obviously a copy. Don't know where this comes from, but this is a little tent, could get used in a little diorama. But yeah, it's just to see. I would say, obviously in a box like this, and when I get boxes in, a lot of the figures like this one, the grenade might be snapped off or whatever, but it's little things like this, you know. That's a proper Airfix captain for the US infantry. You know, and when I'm making up parcels for people and they want a complete set, little things like this come in handy. And these little boxes, I know it's in a big tub, as you can see, but they do come in boxes like this and smaller boxes, you know, and I just tip them all in one box, obviously carefully. I don't just throw them in there because of the gun tips and everything. But you come across some really nice little things. I would say it's like this, you know, I know it's only made in Hong Kong or whatever maker it is. New Ray, made in China. That's, you know, painted up in a bit of a scenery or diorama. That looked cool. You know, you get the old Airfix copies of the sandbag walls. You know, bit of barbed wire, great for painting up and doing dioramas with. There's loads of little figures in there. Airfix US Infantry. And that's the only problem you get in a box like this. Gun tips can get broken, all bent, but you can always straighten them out and fix them. You use little pins and a little drill bit. You can fix all them up like this. It's like a modern day US Marine, whatever scenario that would go in. Obviously it's not to scale compared to the Airfix, but it's not too far out. And if you depending what you want to battle and setups you do, you've got nice little bits and bobs in these things like that. Oh, I'm trying to think of what maker that is now, but I think I've got a box of these somewhere that need a few figures of those to go in with it. But yeah, it's one of the more interesting parts of toy soldier collecting. It's when you get a load of little boxes, or a little box of figures, and then you dig through. Oh, hang on a minute. Found this down in that corner there. It's another one of the Esky Revell paratroopers. Like that, I would say, this box might not have cost me a lot, fivers or tenors for odds and sods bought off different people, and don't tend to buy a lot of eBay. A lot of people message me and say they got a box of broken figures and whatever. And I do a lot of conversions, so I use the broken figures for that. But there you go, British Infantry Support Airfix, Japanese. You get quite a lot of figures. There's the modern Russian, not the modern Russian, but the modern style of Airfix, the brittle plastic, and that's amazing that tip hasn't broken. It's in that hard, nasty plastic, as some of you describe, that you don't like. But then, like Australians, you don't get many in the bundles that come in, but bayonet's still intact. It's great. It's great little boxes to sort through, and and it's fun finding things. And you have a little dig through. Oh, hang on a minute. Bit of Action Man tubing there for something, or tubing for something that you can use for Action Man or whatever. But yeah, it's like this. It's like little figures like that. Got a few of these, and they make up great little sets. And you can set a little diorama up, and it's really good. So I just thought, halfway through digging through this and finding those little gems, I haven't finished yet, but I thought I'd share the joy of toy soldier collecting, and what can it mean, and what you can come across. And you do find little gems. I'm gonna say it's just a quick one. Where is it? Yeah, just like finding the old British infantry by Britons. And I think, yeah, this one's a Herald, look. And I know his gun tip's broken. I've got loads of these at the moment. But just finding it, it's a pleasure finding stuff like this. And a lot of toy collectors, obviously, you do the same thing. Oh, there you go. Look at that. It's the old Matchbox Commando. Very hard to come by, some of these figures. Matchbox Commandos are very sought after. I know his knife's missing, but great little figure. Could paint him up, do a little conversion with him because his knife's broken. But yeah, it's enjoyable going through this sort of boxes and finding little gems. And yeah, I've got quite a few boxes like this I need to sort through. Many nights of sorting through. But I thought I'd start a little box tonight to see how I get on. And yeah, and I found some nice little bits. So hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.